There's a reason why the number one thing women scan when they see a man is his. Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. All right, so I put a poll a few weeks ago asking you guys which video you wanted me to do next, and this one won out. All right, so let's get straight into it. First off, who this video is for, because this video is not for everybody, right? As you guys know, most of the videos on my channel are not for everybody. There's a reason why I'm shadow banned, right? All right, I'm brutally honest. I say what everybody's thinking and nobody wants to say, and I do not care about feelings. All I care about is results. So, warning, disclaimer, do not watch, click away if you easily offended and if you're extremely emotional, right? This video is for people that actually want to get from point A to point B, and for people who understand that facts don't always have to feel good, right? We live in a society where people only believe in the truth as long as it feels good. The moment it feels bad, oh, no, it must be false, it must be fabricated, it must be racism, it must be whatever. So no, I'm going to give you guys the brutally honest truth. And a lot of it is going to be things that go opposite of what you heard before, unsurprisingly. All right, first off, this video started with 20 skills that every real man should have. Now, guess what? There is a danger to having too many skills. There's a risk to knowing too many skills. As counterintuitive as it sounds, one of the worst things you could do as a young man is know way too many skills. I know it sounds crazy. I know you're thinking, oh no, you're going to start pointing out to the outliers and Leonardo da Vinci's and shit. You're not Leonardo da Vinci, bitch. Right? As a young man, you want to specialize in a few skills early in life. Later on, once you become successful, you can diversify. In fact, you should specialize at first, diversify later. One of the worst things you could freaking do, and I get so mad when I think about this because I'm about to tell you guys my life story, well, part of my story later on. One of the worst things you could do as a young man is try to be a jack of all trades and master of none, right? Stop trying to learn every fucking skill. In fact, I believe that it is worse to know too many skills than to know too few. Why? Because the world rewards people who specialize, experts, specialists, right? When I say Michael Jordan, what skill comes to mind? When I say Michael Jackson, when I say Tiger Woods, when I say Bill Gates, when I say Mark Zuckerberg, when I say Elon Musk, all these guys have plenty of skills, but what are they known for? What are they remembered for? A solid few, right? Nobody gives a fuck about the 30 different skills that you know. What people care about is the one skill that you're amazing at. I learned this in my early 20s and it changed my life, right? And that's why I hate the education system, right? Because as you guys know, society is designed to make man docile. It's designed to emasculate man because then you're easier to control, you're easier to manipulate. That's the goal of religion and politics, which pretty much religion is politics, believe it or not. It's to make man as easy to control as possible. Keep that in mind. That's why the education system bombards you with so many random ass topics. Oh, let's teach you chemistry, then art, then biology, then this, and this and that. When really, most of the money you're gonna make in your life is gonna be due to a select few, maybe 2 to 3, maximum 5 skills that you mastered. Right? I live my life by the Pareto principle, and that's so infamous Bruce Lee quote, which is, you guys know what I'm talking about if you're Bruce Lee fans, is when he said, I do not fear the man who practiced 10,000 different kicks. I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. I live my goddamn life by that line. It is so true. If you know 10,000 kicks, nobody cares. You a clown. You fancy. But if you mastered one kick 10,000 times on some Rock Lee shit, yeah, you a problem, right? So if you take one thing away from this video is, once again, the Pareto principle. Specialize. Specialize first, diversify later, right? Never forget the Pareto principle. I beat a dead horse over it every single time, which is 80% of your results, 80% of your success is always going to come from 20% of your efforts. So for every 10 things that you do, only 2 really contribute to the majority of your success. And you can apply this to every single thing in life, right? When I was a young guy, oh man, I was so confused, guys. I learned so many different skills, so many different, topics. And don't get me wrong, obviously they all played a role, right? But most of my success came from such a small few, from such a small handful of skills that I dominated, mastered. And I wish I had this video over a decade ago, right? The only thing that matters if you're a man is boosting your triple S score. What are the skills that are going to maximize your triple S score, make you a better man, increase your ability to provide, to protect, to clap cheeks, to pass on your genes. That's all that matters. The rest is just noise. And that's the criteria we're going to use to rank these skills, right? How well does mastering that skill increases your ability to provide security, status, and obviously sexiness, right? Which is what the triple S score is all about, right? If you're a man, it's all that matters. Your triple S score. It's going to decide how much money you make. It's going to decide how successful you are in the dating world, how successful you are at clapping cheeks, how successful you are having kids, raising good kids, increasing your network, everything. It all comes down to your triple S score. All right, so where did I get this list from? Obviously, as usual, I went online and I was like, all right, let's see what I put top 20 skills that man should learn. Because I know it's going to be a bunch of BS, right? And obviously, my job is to rank it for you guys. So I went to ChatGPT and I put 20 skills that every man should know. Sure enough, ChatGPT, which is heavily influenced by the far left and heavily influenced by people with a political bias, gave me this BS list. Some of it is good, some of it is bad, but obviously that's the point of this tier list, is to rank it. Number 1, basic carpentry. Bad. I'm going to put that at bad. Yep, I know it sounds crazy. I know that thing, oh, men should be bullshit, right? You don't have time for this shit. If you're a young man, your goal is to specialize in things that are related to your ikigai, things that are related to your life's mission, your life's purpose. Nobody gives a fuck about whether Elon Musk, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Alexander the Great, or all the greatest men, the greatest achievers, nobody cares about their carpentry skills. Right now, if you want to be a carpenter, then that's a different story, right? That's going to be high on the list, right? Keep in mind, this is a general tier list, right? The rankings are going to change depending on your goal, depending on whatever your ikigai is, right? But for the average man in 2023, having carpentry skills, mastering carpentry skills, is going to do jack shit for your triple S score, right? No girl is going to meet you and say, oh my God, you're making me wet. You are so good with wood. No, never. It's also not going to increase your net worth tremendously. Again, unless that's what you do for a living. So no, don't waste your fucking time. And remember, guys, there's an opportunity cost to everything. Every hour you spend learning one skill is an hour you could have invested into learning a skill that's more relevant to your goals. I repeat, every hour you waste learning one skill is an hour that could have been spent becoming better at another skill that actually matters, right? So no, do not waste your time learning carpentry. Once you become a GOAT, once you specialize in your domain, whatever it is, then yeah, you want to learn that as a hobby, go right ahead. Next, communication. I'm about nut category. I cannot stress this enough. You have to be a good communicator. Is it going to increase your ability to provide security? Right, we're going back to the triple S score. Absolutely. It's going to increase your ability to provide. Is it going to increase your ability to move up in status? Absolutely. And is it going to increase your sexiness? Well, obviously, if you're ugly, right? It's not really going to do much for your sexiness, but at least it's going to increase the first two. Now, if you really good looking, handsome, very tall, whatever, then yeah, I'm going to put that in fucking amazing, right? Because, it's not that important. I mean, if you fucking look like Jeremy Meeks, you could just walk into, a fucking bar, and then the girls are going to be swooning, the guys are going to, want to befriend you, whatever, So you don't need to be a good communicator if you are damn near 10 out of 10 in the other domains of the SSS score. But for the average person, communication is going to take you a long way. You got to work on your communication skills, not just when you're dealing with men, but also when you're dealing with women, right? It's going to help you in so many domains. Next, computer literacy. Fucking amazing. Obviously, self-explanatory. We live in a digital age. You gotta know basic technology skills. You don't have to learn how to program. Thank God for, in fact, the reason why you don't have to worry about becoming super, super, super good at technology is because you could just hire somebody to do it, or you could have somebody help you out, right? Because remember, you don't have time to waste. You want to specialize in what really matters. You don't have time to learn everything, right? As long as you know basic technology skills, you know how to use a computer, you know how to type, you know how to use Microsoft products, Google products, whatever, Google Slides, Excel, whatever. You fine, right? You don't have to master them. Just know how to use a fucking computer, right? That's why I'm not putting higher, because if you suck at computer skills, you're not completely fucked, because you could just hire somebody to do it. Or you can rely on AI, which, trust me, guys, in a year from now, AI is gonna fucking do everything. But then again, you still need to know how to use a computer to use AI. So, fucking amazing. Next, cooking. I'm gonna put that out okay, right? And trust me, from somebody who knows how to cook. Obviously, when I was a diehard bodybuilder, I had to learn how to cook. but it's not something, looking back, it's not something that contributed a lot to my success or to the success of other people. Again, unless it's your field. It's because, again, if you could hire somebody to do it, if you could have somebody else do it for you, then it's not such an important skill. Communication, yeah, that's the I'm about to nut, because you're not gonna have a fucking person following you around talking for you, reading your mind and shit. That's something that you just gotta do yourself. Cooking, if you know, it's not something that has a big return on investment. Now that doesn't mean that it's trash. Obviously, I didn't put it in bad or pure garbage, right? It's good to know how to cook, especially if you're a college student or whatever. It's gonna help you save money, and again, it's good to be self-sufficient, but it's not a skill that's a deal breaker, right? It's not gonna make you a hyper elite male just because you know how to cook. So I want to put that okay, right? Just spend maybe, I don't know, a week max to just learn the basics of cooking and then move on. Next, critical thinking. Oh my lord, I'm about to nut. You have, oh god, in fact, one of the biggest complaints I have, in today's society is people don't think anymore. You guys are a bunch of brainwashed idiots. I'm sorry. Most of you guys are. You believe every fucking thing you hear. That's why I tell my own subscribers, I said, don't even believe me. I want you guys to fact check everything you hear from me, everything you hear from anybody. Do not blindly believe people. The whole world, governments and companies are designed to make you a brain dead idiot. Why? Because the dumber you are, the easier it is to profit from you, right? And so that's where companies win. And the easier it is to pass laws behind your back, the easier it is to manipulate your emotions, which is what governments do, right? Why do you think so many people are religious today? Because we lose the ability to think critically. I know you guys are going to get emotional, go in my comment section, oh my God, religion is different. Once again, the fact that we have so many religious people today is a proof that we've lost the ability to think critically. I could make a whole video on religion, guys. I'm going to decimate every fucking religion. And trust me, guys, I've been there. I'm speaking from experience. I used to be just like one of you motherfuckers. 10 years ago, you couldn't tell me shit about religion. I was willing to die for my religion until I did some digging, studied history, learned world history, learned how the world actually works, studied politics, and realized, oh my God, we've been lied to our entire lives. But I know that's not going to change your opinion, and that's fine. I'm not trying to change your mind. But for the guys who are out there and who still have a fucking brain, learn to think critically, else you're going to be a slave to governments, religion, and companies for the rest of your life. We have a frontal cortex for a fucking reason. Use it. Critical thinking is going to help you provide security. It's going to help you in your social status. It's going to help you increase your social status. And it's obviously going to help you pass on your genes, right? It doesn't increase your physical sexiness, but trust me, women are very attracted to intelligent men. You'd be surprised. Right, women don't look at men the way we look at women. Right, we don't care how smart a girl is. I fucked so many dumb bitches in my life. In fact, the dumber the bitch, sometimes the better. Right, and then you don't gotta talk too much, get the cheeks and move on. Whereas women, they really put a high value on your mental prowess. Right, again, unless you super good looking, which most of you motherfuckers are not, myself included. All right, next, DIY skills, do-it-yourself skills. This shit is so overrated. I'm gonna put that out. Okay, once again, it's so overrated. Oh, if you're a man, you gotta know how to do this. You gotta know how to change your tire. You gotta know how to do bullshit, man. Bullshit. Once again, name the most successful people in history. Nobody remembers them for their ability to change a fucking tire or change a light bulb. It's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. If you have the skill, great. Here's a cookie. But I wouldn't obsess about it, right? There's a reason why we have jobs. You could hire somebody to do it. Guys, your time is too valuable. Your time is too valuable to waste it learning so many little ass skills that do not that don't have a big return on investment. If you can hire somebody to do it, so that you can focus on the things that really matter, right? As a man, you have to be hyper successful in your domain. In order to be hyper successful, you have to pour your entire mental prowess, your entire mental resources, most of your time in a day into that skill. You don't have time to change a fucking light bulb, right? And if push comes to shove, you could just watch a fucking YouTube video and do it. Next, driving, or obviously driving is important, but I'm going to put that okay. Oh my God, Megan, really? You know how to put driving higher? Because again, nobody cares about your ability to drive, especially at the elite level of your domain, whatever your domain is. Just fucking call an Uber, call a taxi, right? It's not that much of an important skill, right? I mean, just look outside. Look outside. Most people know how to drive. Are most people notable, hyper successful? No, the average man knows how to drive, right? But yet, what's that doing for him? He's still fucking average, right? Again, I'm not saying it's a bad skill. I'm not. I didn't. That's the reason why I didn't put it lower, right? But I'm saying it's so overrated. You could be very successful at in your social circle, in your job, at dating, while being an okay driver, right? So again, anything that's in the okay category means it's okay to learn it, but I just wouldn't put too much value on it, right? Do not think okay means, oh, it's bad, right? That's the reason why the bad category exists. I'm saying that because I know there's going to be a bunch of retards in my comment section saying, but driving is not bad, and they're going to give me a bunch of outlier, cherry-picked examples of how driving was a great skill. Come on. It's average at best. So in short, learn how to drive, obviously, but don't think that it's going to contribute highly to your success. Emotional intelligence, fucking amazing. You gotta be good at controlling not only your own emotions, at reading them, but also reading the emotions of others, right? It's gonna make you a great communicator. It's gonna help your critical thinking skills. It's gonna help you detach from, the constraints imposed on us by our primal brains. You gotta have emotional skills, right? Learn how to motivate yourself. You gotta have empathy, self-awareness, all of that stuff, right? You gotta have emotional intelligence. Next, financial literacy. I'm about to nut category. Man, I wish this was more taught in school. It's so sad that we live in an era where we demonize money so much and we wonder why most men end up broke, right? When I was younger, same thing. I didn't give a shit about money. I thought money was, something that was optional and not really needed. And once again, you guys know the story when my daughter was born. Holy shit. As a 23-year-old broke college student, I was like, what the fuck? That's when I realized the importance of money. The moment you have to provide for somebody other than yourself, imagine 23-year-old having to provide for his daughter, his girlfriend, himself, while still in college, working multiple jobs. That's when I realized that it is so hard for you to fulfill your masculine duty as a father, as a partner, when you are broke, right? You gotta understand money, how money works, how to make money without scamming people. Because that's what 99.9% of your influencers do. They just fucking scam you, right? But you gotta have financial literacy. You gotta be financially independent so that you can work on your business, work on the things that matter to you, and obviously have more free time to be a good family man, to be a better friend. It all comes that. Watch my rant about money in my video on. I forgot what the video is. I'm gonna put it somewhere, but I made one of the masculinity videos. But watch my rant about money. Money is so underrated. Oh my goodness, so underrated. And trust me, I was that guy too. Over a decade ago, bashing money, thinking that money was evil, whatever. Ignorance, pure ignorance. You wait till you become a family man, then you're gonna realize the importance of money. You cannot make your family, your loved ones, consistently happy if you broke. You can help in some ways, but your ability to protect them is going to suffer because one, you're going to live in a shitty neighborhood, so there's going to be high crime, and that's your fault. If you broke and you have to live in a high crime area and your kid gets shot or robbed, that's your fault. You were too broke to put them in a better neighborhood, right? So your ability to even provide security for your children or for your girlfriend, whatever, that comes down to money. Number two, your ability to give them healthy food, to feed them healthy food instead of junk food BS, that's going to come down to your earning potential. Think about it. If you're broke, only thing you're eating is ramen noodles and a bunch of micronutrient deficient shit, right? Eating healthy is low-key expensive, right? So your ability to feed yourself, to protect yourself and your loved ones comes down to money. Your ability to make them travel the world, your ability to take them on trips, on vacation, right? Your ability to go on dates, to look pretty. I mean, everything comes down to money. So please learn financial literacy early, learn how to invest, learn all those things, right? Stock trading changed my fucking life, and I wish I had learned it sooner. But again, you don't have to learn stocks and options like I did. You can learn anything else. Business. There are many ways to make money. But again, be financially literate. Next, first aid. I'm going to put that at fucking amazing. I was going to put it higher, but because we live in an era, in a society where you can quickly call 911 and you can have help arrive quickly, that's the only reason why it's not higher. But else it would have been in I'm about to know category. Like if you live in a forest somewhere, or you live in a place or some third world country where health gets trash and it's it takes a long time for people to arrive. Yeah, it's gonna be an I'm about to know category. But if you live in a very fairly developed world, I'm gonna put that in fucking amazing, right? Because once again, imagine your friend or your loved one or your kid choking or being injured, and then you sitting there and you're waiting for 911 to arrive, right? Obviously, you failed at the first part, the most important part of masculinity, which is provide security, right? So fucking amazing. Definitely have some basic first aid skills. You don't have to be a whole fucking nurse, a whole fucking surgeon, right? But just learn the basics. Somebody's choking, learn how to deal with that, learn CPR. You can learn all of that shit in less than 2 days, right? Just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I really, really want to put in I'm about to nut category, but it's not that important, right? There's a lot of people became hyper successful without being fucking glorified nurses. Next, home maintenance. Bad. Again, this is it's so overrated. To me, this is the whole like fucking learn how to change a tire bullshit. It's overrated, right? Pay somebody else to do it. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, guys, when you become very, very busy and you start working on your businesses and things like that, you start to realize that you don't have time. You don't have time. Your time is worth so much that you just don't have time to walk around and do basic, house maintenance. You could do it, but that time could be used sharpening your sword, sharpening your blade, becoming better at what you're already good at, becoming better at your ikigai, right? The more successful you become, the more valuable your time becomes, right? Let's imagine that you're worth, let's say, $1,000 an hour, right? Imagine spending an hour on house maintenance when you could just throw a few $100 at somebody else and have them do it, right? In fact, that's one of the reasons why I still live in an apartment. I don't have a house. To me, that's too much fucking work, man. I'd rather just be able to call somebody and be like, hey, come fix this. I'm working. Next, leadership. I'm about to nut category. You gotta have leadership skills. I cannot stress this enough. One, because if you don't have leadership skills, you're always gonna be a follower. That's one, right? You're always gonna be a follower. It goes back to the whole critical thinking thing, right? If you don't have good leadership skills, you're always gonna be a follower, right? And it's nothing wrong being a follower at first, because obviously we all start off as followers. We have to learn, right? I'm the man that I am today because of all the great men in history that I had to learn from, the mentors that I highly respect. Again, in history, there's almost nobody alive today that I fucking respect, to be honest, guys, because my mentors are people who are dead and who left their greatness in the pages of books, right? Because my goals are so fucking high, right? So at one point I had to be a follower, and I'm still a follower to this day, right? To those great men. I learn from them constantly. I feel like all the great men are dead, right? There's not a man alive today that I think, oh yeah, I want to follow that guy. Fuck no. I know it sounds arrogant, but not like, if you read history, if you really go deep into history, especially military history, holy shit, every man alive today looks like a girl compared to the men of old, right? And I'm talking about all the great men in all the different, kingdoms that existed, from India to Mongolia to Greece to ancient Egypt, ancient Babylon. I mean, those men were literally legends, right? Those are the guys that you should look to for guidance. Those are the guys you should look to and try to learn. Most of the guys today are posers, and all they want is just your money. That's all they want to do is take your money, right? So you want to learn leadership, study the men of old. Study the goats of old, right? The most masculine man today is a girl compared to those men. The Genghis Khans, the Alexander the Greats, the Napoleons, the Julius Caesars, the Hannibal Barcas, the Khalid ibn al-Walid, the Jesuses, the Muhammads, the Buddhas, the Ramses, and I mean, all of these guys, the Moses, all of these legends. And I know you guys are confused, like, wait, Mika, don't you shit on religion? Why did you name some historical figures? Again, that's a topic for a whole different video, right? Just because I shit on religion doesn't mean I don't respect the creators of those religions. Those guys were absolute legends and badasses. It's just a lot of their message got used for political reasons. But anyway, again, that's for a whole different video. Long story short, leadership is crucial. Because remember, your goal as a man is to provide security for your tribe, for your friends, for your family. And how are you going to do that if you're a shitty leader, right? Remember, guys, the reason why I love masculinity so much is because of what masculinity does. Masculinity creates leaders, good men who go out and reduce other people's unnecessary pains. That's what value is. That's what an alpha male is a male who goes around and reduces the unnecessary pain of the members of his tribe. If it's in a hunter-gatherer society, it's a man who's good at hunting. If it's in a farming society, it's a man who's the best farmer. Regardless of the job, the society, the environment, an alpha male, a good leader, is a person who's able to reduce the unnecessary pain of his members. That is who a leader is. So you gotta develop your leadership skills. Next, the ability to negotiate. That is fucking amazing, right? You got to be able to negotiate better deals, better salary if you decide to. If you decide to be in the corporate world, it's gonna help you in every domain. Even when you're dealing with girls, you gotta know how to negotiate. I'm not gonna give you guys the funny stories, but you gotta be a good negotiator, right? Because again, negotiation goes hand in hand with sales. And think about it, sales is everything. Even if you don't work in sales, technically you work in sales, right? Every day you're selling something. You're selling your skills, you're selling your personality, you're selling your knowledge, you're selling your value. Everybody works in sales, without even knowing it, right? And also learning how to negotiate is also going to lead to you being a better communicator, you having better critical thinking skills, you having better empathy, better emotional intelligence, know how to read people, and know how to avoid fucking scams. Next, networking. Fucking amazing. I always say that success in life is not about what you know, it's about who you know, right? Who you know is far more important than what you know. I know people out there who are brain fucking dead, but because they know the right person, they know how they were able to make the right person laugh, or they met the right person in college. Now they're miles ahead of their competition who is actually smarter than them, right? Just because they know the right people. Success is mainly due to who you know as opposed to what you know, right? So your network is important. That's another reason why I say that men shouldn't be home all day. Being home all day is one of the worst things you could do as a man. I say this all the time because every day, every hour you spend inside is an hour you could have spent outdoors where you can meet somebody new, start a new conversation, and boom, your life can change in an instant if you meet the right person. Think about that. Your life can change in an instant just by meeting the right person. And where you going to meet them? At home, being your meat? Fuck no. You got to be outside. I don't care if you're going to the gym, the library, the park. Got to be outside. Increase your network. That's another reason why I recommend people should go to college, even though I still think college is a scam. The reason why I tell people to go to college, not because of what you're going to learn in school. That's bullshit. You can learn that shit at home, right? College is so overpriced. Is because of the quality of people you're going to meet. The main benefit of college is the people you meet, right? The friends you're going to make along the way, the professors you're going to talk to. As long as you go out there and talk and work on your extroversion, one of the main benefits of college is networking. Never forget that, guys. Success is who you know, not just what you know. Next, physical fitness. I'm about to nut category, easy, right? And I'm not saying that because I'm biased or whatever. No, you gotta have basic physical fitness. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. You don't need to be a powerlifter. You don't need to be fucking Hercules. You gotta be fit, and I'm gonna tell you guys why in a minute. Because fuck ass ChatGPT didn't include it here. One of the most important skills as a man, which I'm gonna put in I'm about to nut category if it was here, is self-defense, being able to fight. That is the most, I repeat, that is the most important skill a man can learn. Learning how to fight. You don't have to be an MMA fighter. You don't have to be a wrestler. You don't have to be John Jones or Mike Tyson. But you gotta know how to defend yourself. I always say this, you should at least know how to beat two average men. I repeat, you should at least know how to beat two average men. Meaning, guaranteed you gotta learn how to beat the average man, right? You should learn how to beat the average man in a fight. And I said the average man, not the average fighter. The average fighter will fuck you up, right? But at least learn how to beat the average man, and ideally two average men. Why? Because your ability to fight influences all three aspects of your triple S score. It impacts your ability to provide security, right? For your family and your loved ones and your girl. It impacts your social status, right? Especially if you're young, you're in high school, you're in college, or, especially high school, you're getting bullied and shit. You can't fight or you fucked, right? Girls are going to laugh at you, right? And nobody's going to take you seriously, right? And three, it obviously impacts your sexiness because women literally evolve. Listen carefully. Women literally evolve to select men based on their fighting ability, their combat prowess. I can make a whole video on this, guys. It's one of the reasons why across the world, in almost every culture, women are naturally sexually attracted to men with bigger shoulders and masculine features. It's not because they just look nice. No. If you study the evolution of the male species, Homo sapiens, and even if you go beyond that, Homo erectus, all that stuff, the men who consistently passed on the genes were the men that were better fighters. Because the world was brutal back then. The world was so brutal. Right? That's the reason why the number one thing women scan when they see a man is his ability to provide security. Why? Because women evolved in a world where They had to defend themselves from predators. They had to defend themselves from rival males, because if a rival male came into the tribe, he would kill the children, rape the women, right? They had to defend themselves from obviously other women as well, other tribes members. So women evolved in a world that was so dangerous that they constantly selected the strongest fighters. Because think about it, the women who did not select the strongest fighters died off. They couldn't pass on their genes, right? That's the reason why testosterone is higher in men than in women. There's the reason why men have a bigger brow ridge than women. There's the reason why men have bigger shoulders than women. There's the reason why men have more red blood cells than women. There's the reason why men have higher upper body strength than women, but not lower body strength. It all comes down to fighting ability. I could make a whole video on this, guys. You'd be amazed at how the ability to fight, a male's ability to fight, changed the evolution of the human species, because it is so crucial, right? Think about it. Everything special about you dies the moment you go to the river and you run into another caveman, right? Back in the days, that was stronger than you, because he would just walk up to you, curb stomp your ass by the fucking riverbed, go to your tribe and your wife, take your children captive. It was brutal. Human existence was brutal, guys. And all this because you lost the fight. Right? So the same thing applies today. Imagine you going out to the bar. You shouldn't be at the bar, but imagine you going out to the club, the bar, whatever bullshit places you guys go to, with your girlfriend or with your friends, and then a guy pops up, tries to rob you with a knife. Right? If he has a gun, you fuck. But let's say he has a knife or something. Or let's say a guy shows up and tries to take your girl from you, or a guy shows up and disrespects you. What are you gonna do? You have to learn how to fight, guys. And that's where physical fitness comes in, right? Be strong. You don't gotta be Thor, but be strong. Be fit. Have some endurance. In fact, a funny thing is, I also have a video planned on this, is that studies have shown that the reason why women like tall men is not because of height. It's not just because women are like, oh, you tall, I like tall men. No, that's what we all thought. But nope. They found out the reason why women like tall men is because of evolutionary psychology, evolutionary pressures. It's because women perceive height as a gauge of strength and combat ability. Because back in the days, if you were taller, you obviously had an advantage in combat. On average, of course. And they did many different, it was a brilliant study. I'm going to make a whole video of this, where they showed the women tall men who looked skinny and frail, and then they showed short men who looked like they could fight, big shoulders, in shape, whatever. And the women consistently picked the shorter men. That's when the scientists realized that women do not select tall men just because they like tall men. No, they look for signs and proxies of physical strength. Because when women are given a choice between a tall, fat man or a tall, scrawny man and a shorter, let's say 5'5", 5'6", man, but who's more fit, women consistently, on average, obviously, pick the shorter guy. So it is not height that women select for. It is fighting ability. Anyway, learn how to fight, bitch. All right, next, problem solving. I'm going to put that in the same category as critical thinking, right? I'm about to nut category. You got to be good at problem solving. Again, it's going to make you a better leader. It's going to make you a better partner. It's going to make you a better father. I mean, problem solving is going to help you in every domain of life, right? Learn how to solve problems. In fact, that's one of the hallmarks of masculinity. Men solve problems. It's the reason why men built the goddamn world, right? Men built the bridges. Men built the cars, the weapons of war, the power lines, and the everything that makes the world go around was built by men for a reason, right? You got to be a good problem solver. Again, this is not to shit on women, because I always say men built the world, but women built men, right? Women created men, so everybody wins. I know everybody gets butthurt and wants to pick sides. I don't pick sides. I know men have a role, women have a role. I respect men just as much as I respect women. We all have a fucking role. No one is more important than the other. In fact, if you want to be technical, women are more important because, think about it. All you need is one man to keep the human race going, but if you kill every woman except for one, the human race goes extinct. So technically, women are more important than men, right? There's a reason why the default gender is female, right? When you're in the womb, you're actually female at first. It's not until week 8 to 10 that the Y chromosome, the SOY gene, to be specific, kicks in and makes you a fucking nigger. But at first, you're a female for a reason. It's the most important gender. But again, I don't play that whole, who's more important than the other? We complement each other. We need masculine men. We need feminine women. That's what makes the world go around. Next, public speaking skills. Fucking amazing. Only reason I'm not putting higher is because some people became very, very, very successful while having, slightly above average public speaking skills, right? But it's fucking amazing because, again, it's going to help you be a better leader. It's going to help you, be a better problem solver and, all the other things, right? So public speaking, for some reason, it's everybody's fucking fear, all right? But it comes naturally to me, mainly because I don't give a fuck, right? People say, "Oh, Megan, why don't you care about public speaking? Why doesn't it bother you?" Because I don't give a fuck. You guys care about too many things. You have so much anxiety because you care what people think about you. You care about, you care too much, right? People say, "What is the secret to becoming a better public speaker?" Give less fucks. Stop caring about what other people think. And how do you develop that ability? Suffering, pain. If you suffer enough, you go through enough pain, especially the pain that I went through as a fucking child and a teenager. Trust me, you learn to give less fucks, right? A lot of you guys have so much anxiety because you were cuddled your whole life. You were protected your whole life, right? You didn't suffer enough, right? The fact that you're afraid of talking to just people, when people tell me this, it blows my mind. They go, "Oh, I'm terrified of public speaking." I'm like, why? You're terrified to go on stage and talk to niggas. Why? How is that your biggest fear? Your life was so easy growing up that your biggest fear is talking to people. It's funny how the lack of trauma made you guys pussies, right? We don't suffer from too much trauma. We suffer from a lack of trauma because trauma is what builds men. A lot of my toughness, a lot of my confidence, that shit came from the trauma that I went through as a fucking child, dealing with my evil mother and the bullies around my neighborhood. Right? So you guys over there scared of public speaking, scared of this, man, you need to suffer. You need to suffer more. I'm not saying go out there and kill yourself or, do something crazy, but you need to go through pain. The number one way to increase confidence and lower anxiety is to fucking suffer. There's a reason why rites of passages around the world, in all cultures, where they try to turn boys into men, what is the number one factor they all have in common, regardless of culture? It's pain. They make these little boys go through something painful because they know that the number one way to turn Super Saiyan, to level up, is to face something bigger than your current fears. One statement I like to use is the number one way to stop being afraid of a serpent is to face a dragon. Once you face a dragon, serpents look like worms. So you guys are afraid of so many little things because you didn't face enough struggles. But anyway, this is a whole different video. Develop public speaking skills. Oh shit, they did have self-defense, right? So again, self-defense, I'm going to put that right up there with physical fitness. I'm about to nut category, right? Gotta learn how to defend yourself. Learn how to knock motherfuckers out. Next, suing. Pure garbage. Are you kidding me? Once I saw that shit, that's when I know ChatGPT is a troll sometimes. Why is suing on here, right? Pure garbage. I'm not even going to go longer into why this is useless. It's not going to help your sexiness. It's not going to help your ability to provide security. It's not going to increase your social status. It's useless. It does nothing for your triple S score. If you know how to sue, you know how to make me a coat. Fuck off. That's useless. Next. Time management. Fucking amazing. You gotta learn how to manage your time because, like I said earlier in the video, you can't learn 10,000 different skills. You have to specialize in a select few. So you gotta know how to manage your time, to know when to focus on, when to prioritize certain tasks, when to delegate certain tasks, right? Because again, it's a competition out there. Every skill that you're trying to master, somebody else probably started learning it before you or is going to start learning it tomorrow. The world is very competitive, especially for men. So you got to learn how to manage your time. But anyway, guys, this video was way longer than I thought it would be. I hope it fucking helps. Watch this video many times over. Take the good, discard the bullshit, right? Focus on the skills in I'm about to nut category. So communication, critical thinking, financial literacy, problem solving, which is really, linked to critical thinking, leadership, physical fitness, and self-defense. Those are non-negotiable skills every fucking man, every real man should have. Next, try to learn the fucking amazing skills, right? And then the rest right here, this is fucking useless, right? And if I have to rank the ones that I'm about to nut category, I would put, let's see. I can make a separate video about that where I'm ranking the ones in the I'm about to nut category. But I say, guys, hope this video helps. Remember, wait, before you click away, you son of a bitch, don't forget to like the video, right? Remember, I'm shadow banned. It's very hard to find my videos, even for my own subscribers, even the ones who hit the bell. So like the video, share it, comment, support the channel by buying the book. Although, remember, you could get the information for free, so you don't have to buy the book. It's only for those who want to support the channel. All my information is free. It will always be free, right? The books that I sell is mainly for people who want to support the channel. It's all of the free information I already gave you guys condensed into one place. That's what the book is for. But if you're broke or if you don't want to support the channel, you can get all of my information for free. And don't forget to join the Discord, the Instagram. I'm a lot more active on Instagram. So let's try to get at least 10,000 followers on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Let's try to get this channel to 1 million subs. And remember to go out there and help the world, right? That's the job of any masculine male. Help the world, help your tribe. Start with your tribe first, obviously, your friends, your family, and then your goal, your ultimate goal should be to go out there and help the world. Remove unnecessary pain, right? That's the only thing that matters. I don't care about your identity, your religion, your political affiliation. As long as your goal is to somehow make the world better through action and not words, then I fuck with you. Team 3D, dominance, discipline, direction. All right, guys. Hope the video helps some out of here. All right, guys. Don't forget to like or share the video, subscribe and hit the bell, and buy my HSP Nucleus of a Low training program. It's the ultimate program for maximum muscle growth. It includes full body workout splits, bro splits, push pull, home workouts, you name it. Also comes with a complete guide for macros, nutrition, fat loss, muscle growth, hormones, including a meal plan. It's pretty much all my 16 years of experience condensed into one fucking book. You're also going to get free copies of any future edition. So visit team3dalpha.com and you can use the 40% off coupon code Nucleus Overload. Or you could just buy the shit at full price. All right, guys, I'm out of here.